So I think I found the correlation to what exactly went down when Sato and Kei collided with their Ajins and they transferred their memories. I'm pretty sure I found out what actually went down. So stick to the end of this video and hopefully you will find out. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime coming back at you with another video, and in today's video, guys, I'm here to bring you all my review of Ajin, episode 6. So let's get this started. So in this episode, we got quite a bit of information regarding the Ajin, and most importantly, we also learned that Ajin can die, to a certain extent at least. We come to find out that apparently Ajins, we knew that they could regenerate their bodies, and obviously they are immortal. They can come back to life whenever. However, the thing is, if a Ajin loses its limb, okay? It can regenerate a new limb, however, and it can regain the original limb if it's in the same vicinity as the body. I don't really know how far away the severed limb has to be, but apparently what we gathered out of this episode in the anime is that if a Ajin ends up losing its limb and the body cannot recover it, it will regain a new limb. However, if the Ajin's head is severed from the body, then that means that the original head that was once on the Ajin can no longer regain itself to the body of the Ajin, and the Ajin's body will completely form a new head. However, the new head that it forms will no longer hold the same personality or possibly even the same memories as the original Ajin, and pretty much this thing will become like a walking empty vessel. So yeah, it is pretty confusing on how exactly the lifespan of the Ajin works. I mean, they are immortal beings, and it seems like even though they might end up dying their original selves, then pretty much they can form a new being within themselves, if you kind of get what I'm saying. They're just immortal, whatever! One thing I thought was very cool out of this episode of the anime is that apparently a human can actually see a Ajin's IBM, the black ghost, if you will. Apparently if a Ajin's emotions are like so strong and literally pouring out of them, like they have a strong sense of something, then humans can actually see the Ajin. For example, Sato, the old badass dude in Ajin, he actually has a very strong sense to kill. A very strong sense to kill, and because of this, this actually makes him able to separate the Ajin from his body, so to speak, or the black ghost, whatever you want to call these things. And the black ghost can actually go handle the doctor that was hiding in that room, and the doctor can completely see this, and he just gets torn to shreds. So we come to find out that the Ajin's heads are the most important part of their body. And like I said before, if the Ajin's head is severed, the Ajin won't completely be the same Ajin. But there's also another thing that happened in this episode to where we have it to where Kei and Sato, the Ajin's heads, end up colliding to one another. And if their heads collide, their memories are transferred. Now, from what I've gathered out of this scene is that Sato was able to see a glimpse of Kei's memories. We get to see that he ends up seeing Kai, and we have it to where Kei was able to see Sato's memories, at least a glimpse of it, and see a black child, a black child. Now, I'll get to that in a bit, because everybody's probably like, what's the deal with this guy? We've never seen him before, have we? Well, in fact, I think we have, but I'll get to that in a bit. So, the old dude, Sato was able to see a glimpse of Kei's past, or memories. And apparently, what I think is going to happen in the next coming episodes of Ajin is that Kei, or Sato, is going to end up using Kai against Kei. You know, basically he's going to try to take Kai hostage maybe, and that will be the only way on how Sato can end up getting back at Kei, because as we saw in this episode, now Sato has the full intent to go ahead and go after Kei. So what is the deal with this black character that appears in Sato's memories that Kei ends up seeing? Okay, so hear me out on this. I believe that the black character that was referenced in this episode of Ajin is actually one of the African soldiers that we see in the beginning of episode 1 of Ajin. Because if you guys remember correctly, there was all-out warfare against these African soldiers in the beginning of episode 1 against a Ajin. But there was one African soldier in that scene in particular that was the main importance. It was basically his own perspective of what he is seeing. So what if actually that African soldier is actually the one who is referenced in Sato's memories? Because maybe Sato was actually that Ajin that day. I don't know how far in the past this was. I don't know how many years it has been. I mean, sure, the Ajin at that time looks like he is young. However, you know, due to a span in time, you know, it could be anything at this point. Maybe the Ajin could have been Sato, and maybe the African soldier could be the one that is referenced in Sato's memories. And if anything, you know, that African soldier ends up taking down the Ajin, and you know, maybe Sato wants revenge. We don't really know. We don't know what happened up until after the United States and took the Ajin into experimentation. And for all we know, Sato could have escaped from his lab that he was being experimented on. So, yeah. That about does it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this episode of Ajin. Also, your theories as to what you can expect for future episodes of Ajin. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to stay updated to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you'll never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day.